Jesus Christ.
You gotta stay on screen.
We're
Hey, what's
here.
up, everybody? How's it going? Thanks for coming to another pre-recorded Roll for Luck night, Roll for Luck Wednesday, on here on Girls When It's Rolls channel, as we run through three shot of Orbital Blues. We have portaled our way into a whole new system, a whole new world as we run through some shenanigans here, and it is going to be a very good, cool, chill, nothing bad's gonna happen kind of time. Um, let's go around the table and see who they are in this world, and who they are, and then also who they are playing in this world. Starting with Arnica.
Hello, everyone. So good to be back. I'm Arnica. I'm playing Aurora, who happens to be the Coleman, a Jimson class warship who's decided to take herself on walkabout with hostages, which aren't hostages, they're crew. She really likes them. I mean, the fact that they're hostages is helpful, but she enjoys her crew. And I have so much more crew now. I had three crew, and then I have more than three crew. You would think as a supercomputer I could do this math. I'm sitting here like Holly and Red Dwarf right now, going, I don't even remember how many of y'all landed on me. You think I could count? I'd go one, two, three, four. Okay, now I have seven. If
And
I
you
had,
know what? I'm glad you counted because I almost said 9 like a genius.
you know what? I feel better. Thank you,
What's
Bree.
something math and gaze? Yeah.
Yes, we're very, very happy to be on this ship.
Mm-hmm. Hey Ash. Who are you?
Oh, I am one of the hostage. I mean, no hostages. I'm one of the hostages on the ship. So my name is Ash. I play as Lucky Edge, who is the cat in this story, and we are one of the people who was teleported. You'll know more of the story for those who did not watch last week. Go watch last week, come back, then watch this one.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, my pronouns is she, her. Hers, Lucky, is she, her as well. And yeah, I'm adorable blue cat girl. So yeah, imagine this but futuristic. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Yeah, valid.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Ava.
Hello, my darlings and dears. It's your Madam Ava here. I play Samir, the one, the number one. And that is a Beyonce reference from Alien Superstar. Happy birthday to the Queen. Anyway, we both use she, her pronouns, and I won't say I'm a hostage. I'm the bed shaker. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Hey.
Oh my God. Hey.
Get
Oh my
out.
God.
Oh my god.
Remember
That
how
is
at
that
the
I
top,
cannot with her.
at the top I said I edit and I don't edit shit. I might have to edit.
Um, no, we're gonna have to start that OnlyFans, that OnlyFans TTRPG.
Oh my God. I, me, the himbo, can't take it. Bree.
That's me. I'm Bree. And I'm going to be playing Nina, who will be your queen for this. We both use she, they pronouns. And I wouldn't say I'm a hostage. I'm definitely was kidnapped, but it's like totally chill. So yeah, that's it. Goodbye.
Queso.
Hey, I'm Kesa. I'm playing V. She's the stray. We both use she, they pronouns. Also a cat girl. We're workshopping the scientific name for Nico Nunya. I cannot wait to see what happens. We are. I don't know if hostages. Could you be happy about it? I don't know. If hostage is the right word. Maybe new patron.
Stockholm
Stockholm
syndrome.
I was
syndrome,
gonna say
baby.
Stockholm
I don't
syndrome is
know,
a
but I
thing.
don't know, but like it's like when you have a new employer and the new employer is kind of cool, you know, like it's just kind of a vibe. So I don't know. I don't know. Right
You have a
now,
that's more of a corporate overlord that you're just okay
Kinda,
with,
I
but
I
mean,
don't
okay.
know. At the moment, we're kind of forced to work. I don't know.
Aurora for new boss
Aurora
vibe.
for prom queen.
But other than that, I'm excited to see what happens. This adventure's been so fun. We're blasted into some future timeline, and if you didn't see that or know that we're here now, then like was said earlier, go back and check and see what happened because it is such a flip from what we were before.
Or check or watch all this, be confused, go back, and then watch again.
I read books like
You'll
that, so like you can absolutely
Yeah.
do it that way, and it will make a lot of
up the
sense.
views.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yeah. Yeah, yeah. And then like confuse your friends by saying, "Hey, I watched this really weird show. Please explain."
true.
And then you go ask your other friend about some space references that may or may not be made here, and then ask your other friends about some Star Trek bullshit that never happened here. Um so Oh, hey, it's me. My name is Ryu. My pronouns are she, they, them, bo, and I am all the things and beyond in the background of GRTW, um, and variety streamer. And I do all kinds of stuff like run this table, or I mean, play at this table. I mean, I try to run these guys through a thing. Sometimes it works. Sometimes they
We
get
will-
blown
we
into
we
space.
will run them. Just pay attention to their facial expressions throughout this entire night. You'll get what we mean.
So I have a kink. So don't forget out there that
And you said you were
I
gonna
am
edit me?
so I
You
am
said you
so
were gonna edit me?
happy. I'm so happy I
Audacity.
muted in that moment because I'm pretty sure would have blown all y'all eardrums out with a cackle I just let out. Oh my god.
Mm-mm-mm.
Anyway, hey, if you like what you see here on GRTW and love us ever so much, please do the dono and please send your links to all the rich folks in your family. I'm sure there's at least one of them that's hauling all the money. And ask them to give us $1 or two. Sub goals are up, donos are up, and we certainly could use your assistance. In the meantime, let's jump back in. Who wants um um kind of pretend in double inspo for the recap of last week?
Trying to pretend. Can I get it? Can I do roll 3 dice and then get?
I could give you a credit against your debt in this game.
That's not. That's not good enough. Can I roll like? Is it like what's the advantage equivalent? It's like rolling 3 dice and you take the highest two. Can I
uh
have that?
it's I remember the name of it because I totally wrote it down somewhere.
Call
I
something.
upper hand. There it is.
Can I,
Upper
can I
hand.
have two upper hands?
Two.
Use that double inspo. Equivalent exchange, bitch. You want shit to be
Uh,
unbalanced? We're already in
Oh.
another dimension.
uh,
Sure, two upper hands.
Fantastic. So basically, oh, I can't believe my mic just fell just now. That's crazy. So we're just gonna do our best and
Hmm.
so basically what happened is that there was a big bang and then we ended up in space on a ship and the ship talks and the ship is run by an AI who is discovering who they are, trying a lot of different names. Right now we're calling her yeah, Aurora. I know how to work how words work. And basically we all had our little scenes and we're like, where the fuck are we? That's crazy. We're in space and this isn't the astral seas. This space is weird. Why do you have to be in a spaceship in order to not die? Strange behavior. We met three people. I don't remember any of their names. One of them was a doctor. Two of them are dating. Um, the doctor and I don't know what the other one does. I don't know what the husband does, but the husband is a husband. And then there's the engineer who is scared of Nina and also has a crush on them. And then We got caught up. We are now part of this crew. There's some weird space stuff going on where like they were part of a war or something, and then the spaceship saved slash kidnapped them slash Stockholm syndrome them. The Stockholm syndrome is syndroming because everybody seems pretty happy about where they are. What else? Oh, there's some like indications that like whoever we ran away from is like, or they ran away from, and I guess now us is like looking for the ship and is very upset that they left. Which I'm like, don't be a hater. And that's it. Oh, Versailles, Versia had a very strange, upsetting interaction about how I don't know, something about life being meaningless or like them like trying to find their place in the world. That was very sad. Um, but it was also very heartwarming. And then that's what you missed last time on Glee. Oh, also, Samir's trying to sleep with the doctor and the man at the same time. They are a couple. He's trying to be the third in that couple. Okay, that's what you missed last time on Glee. You're welcome.
Some would say the most important thing. Syndroming. Yes, two upper hands for you. I'm sure I will call a dice roll at some point so that you can use it. Um, let me, after that wonderful recap, let me set the scene a little bit for you guys. Um, so I believe, and everything I say is true now because I don't remember timelines from the last time. However, I believe you've been on this ship for last we left off about 2 weeks, give or take. I believe it was a week of quarantine to make sure that you were situated and not wishing harm upon this crew, as everything was taken care of, you know, for you, and you were fed, you were questioned, but not fully interrogated kind of situation. It was more of a handling of what? How did you get here? What happened? What do you mean you're from a different space and time entirely? Um, Kind of question. And after some tenuous conversations, you were let out of the brig and given quarters and space on this magnificent ship. Um, it has been give or take a week or two since that last time that we left off. So you were about, give or take a week, a month into being on this ship, um, going through changes and learning new things about the area, the planets that you are passing by. There's been a few times that you have seen the crew depart on a planet for a little trade and restock, but never letting the ship itself land. Instead, going off on a kind of um, a few seater. I can't think of the word now, and I'm sad about it. Oh, why can't I think of the word?
Shuttle?
Shuttle. Thank
Jump
you.
ship.
It's a little shuttle that they can carry supplies back and forth. So you anybody with a keen eye has noticed that this ship has never landed on a planet. It is always only sent out the shuttle. Um, some of you might be getting a little restless. Some of you might be getting a little homesick, time sick, and some of you are acclimating way better than anybody could have guessed in this new situation you have found yourselves. On this day, however, you've gotten used to the routine of Aurora. Nothing is truly fully timed here, but Aurora has set a morning um, show, as it were, of sounds that awaken you, uh, calmly awaken you, mind you, to what's supposed to be the solar day, the solar morning. And people go through their days of breakfast and talking and testing and working on things, keeping themselves busy, tinkering. At the very least, Comet, who is the tech and the engineer, has been uh, tinkering away at theories as to the next energy um fluctuations that may or may not lead to another portal. And you followed every um, thought in hopes that it does. Sometimes with nothing to show for it, other times with a little exploration under your belt and a little learning of what those energies' latent abilities could have been. All of which has been pulled, data collected, and tested and taken in by Aurora, who is just here for the adventure, whether fast paced or not. It is lunchtime on the ship, and you've all met in the calf like any other day at this point. You're getting used to the walkthrough, day to day, the day in the life of everything. Sebastian comes in, and you've kind of recognized the spark of an idea. He comes in with a smirk, and he drops uh next to y'all on the table, and just said, and he had drops several suits that are different shapes and sizes and seem to have or could be fitting for you. These are space suits. He sits them on the table, one each in front of you, and it's just like, I can see the faces. I can see that y'all are more than ready to, if not go home, maybe get a little something stretch wise. In our case, the only way to get stretch or to get not air is to do a spacewalk. And I feel like everybody could benefit from being able to see something that is all encompassing around them, even for a second. And I've been working on these suits to make sure that they fit perfectly for you. So please, if you want to do a spacewalk, we'll go through the rest of the training today and get y'all out there if you are interested. Just something to get you off of the ship, but also, I think you're going to enjoy it.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I want to. I already know I want to without question. I want to do it. That sounds. Thank you for thinking of us.
No problem. I
Wow.
I'm down as well. Um, seeing looking outside the window of the ship all the time, been wondering how it is out there, and
Hmm.
knowing that gravity was off when we first got here, I am completely interested on how it's complete weightless throughout space, I guess. But I do have a question. I
Mhm.
do have a question.
Yeah.
Where did you get these measurements?
What?
Where did you get these measurements?
I scanned
Because I
you.
don't remember.
Oh.
Like Aurora
Aurora
said,
was the save.
during the scan or during your initial entry, you were scanned for several reasons. So I kind of just took those into account.
Okay.
I know your full measurements, your height, your weight, your bone density, your fur to fat ratio, your shoe size, your, and she starts listing just an absolutely ridiculously long list of things you don't necessarily want a stranger to know about you.
Okay, okay, Aurora. Okay. We get it. We
Are
get
they
it. Thank you.
synced? Are they? Did they sync?
I also have a question. Wait, which one is this? Is this
This is
the
Sebastian.
This Sebastian,
the husband?
the
Okay.
soldier.
Oh, that's what he does. Okay. I have a question. Is the one that's like a little scared of me coming?
Um, I mean, they do enjoy spacewalk. They normally do. Not even. I can't even say their work out there because let's be honest, it's just this is not. This is a military grade ship that is here for exploration, and one tech is not good enough for a whole out. That's beyond source. I'm so sorry to go down that road. Here's the thing. Yes.
Cool. That's it.
Oh, okay.
And kind of close to that person, huh?
Define close.
You're close. You don't get close to people very often.
Now,
It
when you
might go to
say
that one.
now when you say Nina close, are you talking about us, Nina close, or that one vampire guy that
The one
totally
vampire
she's
guy.
totally not sleeping with?
That one right there. The
I don't know
vampire
what
guy
you're
that
talking
close.
about.
Mm-hmm.
Me and what's his face are just associates
Uh-huh. Okay.
Uh-huh.
who sleep together on occasion.
Close. Anyways.
I see you. I understand.
Now, Sebastian, I also have questions.
Yes.
Lean in, lean in.
Okay. Yes.
Now, you mean to tell me you have my measurements, but I know nothing about yours and Alberta's? That's just sad. We've been talking so frequently. And then, too, I've already offered more than one way to do stretches.
So is Lucky like right beside Samir? Because I'm expecting Lucky to be right beside Samir. Tell me Lucky is right beside Samir.
You have lost two of our guests.
Is
Yes, you would probably be close enough to. I don't know. You know
oh,
what? Samir,
So
did you intend for that to be a full ass? No one should be able to hear.
No one to hear. That's why she asked him to lean in.
no. But here's the thing, right? So Lucky, as we know, is a feline, right?
Yeah,
So
I
being
was
close
going
to
to. No, no,
Samir,
no. I'm going to give you an observation check. Okay.
okay.
So an observation check, if I have it correctly, is you roll 2d6s. Okay.
Ooh,
You're trying to beat an 8. Okay.
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 Could I also roll that too?
You also want to roll it?
I listen. I had to run away and get 2 fans. 2. I got both of us. I clacked both of them. No, you didn't. All right. Oh, all right.
I forgot that some people have not seen Freak Samir, and yeah,
Oh, I got an 8.
it
Oh,
didn't
let's
get
You
a
got
talk
an
chance.
about
8?
this.
That's why he
Yes,
was.
we're gonna take a picture of it. Hold on. It's a
Okay.
6 and a
Whoever
2.
wants to hear this, yes, it is an 8.
I got a
Whoever wants
10.
to, you got a 10. Okay. Okay. Is anybody else? Or in this case,
I'm gonna roll because Samir was ragging on Nina because otherwise Nina wouldn't care.
Anyway.
What was the roll that I have to do?
Observation.
it's 2d6, and then you have to beat an 8.
5, 6, 7, 8. And do I add anything to that?
No, it just is an 8.
Okay, well I got an 8.
So yeah, y'all. As quiet as kept. Here's the thing. It's you hear bits and pieces for sure. Anyone that got above an 8 would definitely have heard the whole thing, but everybody else hears bits and pieces of it. But everyone sees Sebastian get very red and a little frustrated at the thought of stretches. And
I hear all of it perfectly clearly. There's nothing I do not hear on this ship.
there is also that.
But Lucky being beside or close to Samir, being the feline that she is, she would just sniff the air. So she said,
Are you
and
sniffing
then
pheromones or something?
she would look at
Are you
Samir, and
smelling
then she would just grin. She would look at Samir, and then she would just grin. She would visibly be sniffing the air around Samir, and then
Wow.
she would just grin.
Christina's gonna
Is
look
something wrong,
over.
Lucky?
I don't know what kind of measurements you try. And
And
she's gonna lean over and
Lucky
kind of.
would just put her hands on her shoulders, like we're gonna I just we
The
gonna talk
walk
about that
sounds so
later.
lovely.
We're gonna
Yes,
talk about that later.
it sounds it will be a great time, and yes.
Yeah, I wonder how long somebody can last in space. So when are we taking this walk?
Looks like he's about to say something. He just thinks better of it. And this will be before dinner. So after you're done here with lunch, meet me in the observation, and we will kind of use it as a kind of gravity testing ground to be able to get y'all a little acclimated, and I'll teach you, you know, the ins and outs of uh
Is the doctor coming?
um she to the spacewalk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she doesn't really care for spacewalks, to be fair. Do you do you need her assistance?
Yeah. Yes, I would need
Okay.
her assistance. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I can
Yep.
ask her
I would need her assistance.
to meet us in the observation once we're done here.
Okay, great.
I also just really like her company. She's really nice. I like
Well,
to have
this
her
is true.
involved. Yeah, she's just really sweet. So I think like maybe it'll be more fun when there's more of us around, and it's
Mm-hmm.
different. It's a different experience, you know.
So what
Mm-hmm.
you're saying is you want the entire crew to be outside the ship together in one go.
No, we could have people looking out the window.
No,
Who
every single one of
cares?
you has asked for everyone to be
Yeah.
outside with them.
Yeah.
Is that like
Basically.
illegal?
So we
To
partnering
be
up.
fair to
Basically,
me,
is what it
to
is.
be fair to me, I have not asked anyone specifically. I just said a
That's
walk will be
because the person
lovely.
that you want is already going outside.
Well, I thought we were doing it in
What?
shifts.
What?
Yeah.
It sounds like you want to go out and be with Samir, and they wants to go out and be do science stuff, but also be with me. And I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on in this weird space that you can't walk out of physically, and everybody else wants to go. So then that just means that the doctor is just on the ship just with Aurora, which is fine, I guess. But it's like, how is Samir gonna flirt with her if she's on the ship?
And what
Sebastian,
if
Lucky
she
would just
wants
have a
to?
look of.
What if she wants to observe how cat women are in space? That makes sense.
Wild.
I mean, maybe nobody just
The
need to get
wild.
checked out, make sure that it's space ready.
Sebastian, you know I am perfectly capable of maintaining all my systems, as well as keeping
Shush,
your
shush,
electromagnetic
shush,
boots.
shush.
She's
I'm
lucky,
sorry.
lucky. She just elbows lucky. She's trying to help us out.
I would like Alberta to take those readings as well, please.
Can't say no to Aurora. So yeah,
Can't or
we will
won't.
uh, won't.
Okay. Wanted to clarify.
He just kind of looks off like, yeah, won't. Um,
Lucky was
um,
just not.
uh, he if if there was ever an insight roll to have been had in a system without an insight roll, um, it is, even though the ship is ran by AI, it is a frightening thought for Sebastian for the entire crew to just be on a spacewalk instead of someone safely being inside just in case something happens. So it that during that question specifically, you can see kind of the flashes of calculations of, oh no, what if something goes wrong, in his eyes. But he is quickly outvoted in
I
this
mean,
instant.
like, if you're having like war flashbacks, like you can stay on the ship and your wife can go chill with the cool kids.
I'm not having flashbacks per se. It's just you get used to thinking of everything that could go wrong. A simple, what should be a simple, really cool thing for folks that haven't done it before could turn bad in in a second.
Oh, I guess that makes sense, but it's like, can't you just destroy anybody who comes to harm you and your friends and gets in your way?
That's what I do, but I can't protect everyone all at once all the time.
Interesting. Let's go. I'm bored of this conversation.
I was just like,
Terrified.
damn.
I'm terrified for Nina when she is in the vampire system. That's all I'm saying. I'm terrified
I'm
of what that's going
excited.
to be
I
because
love.
Murder! Murder!
I'm excited.
I'm
Can't
already
wait.
going down with the quickness.
There will be a Anita playlist for each world we end up in, and the vampire one is gonna be insane.
Thing to get a fan art of Lucky in each system. I need that.
I want that. I want that for all of you,
Yeah.
truly.
That just seeing the characters in different systems and how they would look, that would be amazing.
So good.
Any of
Yeah.
y'all old enough to remember Cool World? Remember
Yes.
Hollywood's car always had all that ass on it? That's what I want my fan art to be. I want my fan art to be a shit with too much ass, like Hollywood's car. Thick
Oh my
patron
gosh.
slash ship.
Fucking cool world. Um
Oh my god, I'm dead.
That's really good.
um yeah, so
do
you pretty
want
much
to.
have, oh.
I do just have just to linger on the horny just real quick, real quick. When Samir said that before getting distracted with everything else, I know there's not an insight roll, but is there a way to see what his mind is thinking of? Is he still leaning towards, oh no, I can't be doing this. This is too nasty, or is he leaning towards maybe I should do this because
No,
it's
you
nasty?
like you've totally had conversation at this point. You if you didn't have conversations with all of them, then it would be a problem. But you've had a conversation with both of them. Y'all have had dinner. Y'all have like done the in space on a ship date, kind of thing. But nothing has gotten all the way serious
Finalized. Got it. Okay.
finalized yet. So it has been a flirting war.
Okay. It
And
has
this
been
is not
signed. It
the
has been
first
sealed, but it
time.
has not been delivered. Got
Yeah,
it.
it has not been. This is not the first time, or the will be, and it won't be the last time that you have flustered Sebastian when he's just trying to do something else.
And she's trying to do something else. I'm just saying. But continue,
Lord.
continue. That's
um,
funny.
and it's usually, and I will say the doctor has been. It's the just has a flirty personality as well. So everybody has gotten one of those like what from from the doctor at least once throughout y'all's
Oh
conversations
my
with
god.
having
I
her.
love her.
Um,
She needs to join the walk. We have to see this on screen.
um, but yeah, so y'all have some time before the observation training, before the actual walk. What would y'all like to do during this time before the training?
Hmm. Hmm.
Would like to try on the spacesuit. Well, lucky to try on the spacesuit to see if it how it fits.
Yeah,
So I think that she will take the suit to her. I think it's called quarters, and she will actually like try it on and see how it fits. So she like looking each every way, seeing if there's enough space for her tail, and stuff
Is
like
there an
that. And then
opening
she
for the tail?
that's also true.
so the way that these are built specifically, with your measurements and extremities thought of, because in a regular suit you would think just pop a hole in it and it would be fine, but considering you're in space and you can't just have an opening like that, it is kind of, your tail is, it's like an external bubble. Like if you've ever talked to a mage and they had some sort of mage armor on them and you are very observant, you can see the slightest, thinnest line of magic wrapped around them. And in
Okay.
this case, it's the exact same thing that happens when your tail pops out of the back end of
Oh, sweet.
this suit. It seems like it's free, but it is not. There is some sort of energy right on the edges of it to keep it and this hole protected from the harshness of space.
Okay. So after she puts on the suit, she'll actually go and visit the doctor and deliver the good news and be like, "Hey, we're going on a spacewalk. Guess who's coming with us?
Ooh.
You."
Oh, you're not joking.
No, uh-uh.
Um, I'm not a spacer per se. Why do
Mm-hmm.
I need to go?
Because we're friends. It'd be a
Hmm.
great experience. And I would love it to share that moment with you. Also,
Okay.
I would like to make sure that, my body can handle space. So, what perfect doctor than a veterinarian, right?
Flattery normally works. Yes. I would say,
Come or I drag you.
do you, does that work?
And then she's like grinning and she's like batting her eyes right now. Have you seen me carry Nina? It's not the first time.
And I'm
Batting her
larger
eyes
than
and
you.
grinning.
This says all the way from the edge. Like, somewhere.
Is Lucky threatening to drag people again? Fun. Absolutely fun.
I mean, you might enjoy the ride. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, it all depends on what you into.
She I kind of like at that assesses, and then if you could see the slightest like look towards her little workspace in her computer section where she's like, I mean technically we've seen that in action and on paper, although in action I don't have to be carried. I will go. I will. Is this okay? You said two things. You want my company, but also you want me to take readings.
So, examinations, because I've never been in space. So, I would like, what would they call it? An examination to make sure that my body would not react poorly to being in space.
Oh, before you go to space.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I could do that. I could do that here actually. Do you want me to set this up? Like you're going to
Yeah.
space, or are
Mhm.
you? Oh,
Oh no, we could do that right now.
okay. Um, that means I have to get suited up.
Mhm.
Okay, let
Do
me
you
go get my
need
suit.
help?
I mean, I can absolutely help you in that suit. I don't got a problem with that. And then
uh, the inn isn't the problem. It's it's the out usually. Um.
I
Okay.
can help you with
Cool.
that too.
Aurora.
Yes, Al.
Um. In a few seconds, can well, in a few minutes, once we get set up here, and we get completely suited and oxygenated, could you set the lab up to be similar to space for testing?
Yes, Al. It won't take but a moment. Go ahead, get suited up, and as soon as you are ready, I will lock down all fragile parts and remove life support and gravity from this area of the ship.
Thank you. Let me make sure some bits and pieces are locked down. I will get suited up, and you're gonna want to put your helmet on.
Yeah, I can see that. She puts on her helmet because as soon as she heard that cut off life support, she was like, "Huh?"
Neighbor, you asked for this. Um, uh, um, Lovely. After a few bits and pieces are put together, you can see that there's like a little section for an emergency suit needs that Al had prepared. You know, things happen. This is where she will most likely be. So she set up an emergency section for her suit to be here. She dons the suit, says a couple words under her breath, and pulls the helmet down and latches and makes sure that everything is as it should be. And then walks over to you and notices that you for sure did not latch something on the helmet itself. And it kind of gestures like, "Can I fix that?"
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And she leans in and pulls and attaches it. Make sure you can hear the hiss of the helmet connect and everything. And immediately you feel at the same moment breathless, but you are capable of breathing just fine in a suit without any hiccups. And she sounds like she's underwater, but she just says, "Click." She like takes your hand and like click this, and she points to a button that's on the neck of your suit.
Oh, okay.
And when you
I
click
clicked it.
that, it's essentially uh, a two-way speaker. You should be able to hear me just fine now.
Oh yeah, I can hear you just fine. Yeah.
Wonderful. You are all set, and I have my everything locked in as best as can. All right, Aurora, um, please begin the test.
Very well, Al. A very quick little laser flicker of maroon just hits the room from top to bottom, almost too fast for you to see. If it was a dot, if it was a dot, I don't know if you'd be able to contain yourself, but it's a flickering line, just a real quick zoop zoop. Uh, and Aurora goes, all fragile parts have been locked down. Your suits meet minimum requirements for safety. Bulkhead K, sealing, and you hear that throughout the entire ship. Bulkhead K, sealing. Bulkhead K1, Bulkhead K7, Bulkhead K9, sealed and depressurized. Oxygen venting, now.
There's this the rest of the ship can hear some subtle, some very loud hissing, and and you can hear something adjusting in the way that the ship is moving, is pulled, is pushed, whatever is happening in terms of that oxygen being pushed out. Just about everybody else on the ship can feel it in some way. Um, Sebastian comes over the radio, and was there something? What? Wait, Kay. Wait, what happened?
They're fine. We are simply doing a preliminary check. Alberta will. One moment. I will patch Alberta through to you.
It's okay,
Uh,
Sebastian. We are doing some pre readings to make sure that our catfolk here are capable of a spacewalk safely in the comfort of our own ship, mostly in my lab. And Sebastian comes back. Oh, okay. You had me worried for a second. We're supposed to do it together. It's fine. Oh, poor thing. You'll have the fun later. It's fine. Um, and yeah, you are still standing because your magnetic boots are here. Um, and you're you can describe to me what you think your body feels like in this moment as you can obviously feel that you can kind of literally lift your arms and they would stay that way without you actually
Mhm.
having to do it. But your feet, like I said, are still attached to the ship because you have not disengaged your magnetic boots. um, as you look across as Al smiles and just like, are you good?
Yeah, I just remembered a flashback of me first getting on this ship. Um, you will see Lucky tense a little bit, and you can see her tail like being fuzzy a little bit. You know, those cats are like um that would like slowly puff up and their fur just like brought out and get fluffy. So that's basically what you're seeing with Lucky right now, but you could basically just see her tail since that's the only visible thing you'll be able to see. And she was like, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. And her hands are like um not like out like clenching at whatever is invisible. Like you could see her fingers just literally doing the clenching motion try and grab anything that's close as in that's possibly invisible. So you see her just tensing up, like just not because she's not used to being like this.
um, During this half a second, Al starts to come closer, magnetic boots and active, and just kind of takes you by the shoulders, and it's like, so the point of a spacewalk is to be relaxing.
Yeah, see, when you've been on land all your life, yeah, being weightless all of a sudden just that's not as comfortable. But I am trying to relax. Trust me, I am trying to relax.
Didn't you say you were spent most of your life on a boat at sea?
I was just about to point that out. I was just about to point that out.
See, there's a difference between gravity on a boat and then no gravity on a ship. Okay?
It's still different from land.
So does that mean that you didn't take a lot of time in the water to see deep dive or anything like that?
Not really. I stayed on the boat.
Oh,
Yeah. I
oh,
rarely went swimming. I can swim. I can swim very well.
I okay, I believe you.
But I mostly stayed on the ship. I got a crew for that.
Is there a reason?
No, just that I like I don't know, I just like the ship. I just like looking at the water. Just like I like looking at space. And rarely have a moment to be very equated with the environment. That's why reason why I decided on the spacewalk. It's going to be a rare moment for me.
Yeah, So on my scanners, your heart is racing. I'm not saying that, no, I am saying that it will be, all you're feeling right now is, how do I explain this without freaking you out? All you're feeling right now is just the act of weightlessness, which is going to
Mm.
be completely different than the act of weightlessness and the visual of nothingness. Like the darkest cave at the bottom of the ocean.
Darkness I can do. Darkness I can do because there have been plenty of times on the ship where I would just look up at the stars and just look for constellations. So darkness I can do. It's just this is a completely different type of feeling from being on top of water. That's all.
I
I
mean,
am
that's
just
I just want to
and you'll
prepare you.
see Lucky just waving her hands, just trying to get the jitters out. And then oh, and then what you will see is that she would actually um wrap her arms around her
Mhm.
and you will see her freeze for a moment and be like, okay, this is actually better. This is actually better. Okay.
Oh, I see it now. You were just trying to get me close. I understand.
Oh, if I try to get you close, I'll just get you close without gravity. I
You say
don't
that.
I don't need weightlessness in order to get you close.
Watch this. And she, in the quickest of motions, deactivates hers and your magna boots and just pushes. So you two kind of go into this spin, not a fast Beyblade spin, but kind of a slow spin to try to get you more used to it. And
Mhm.
she's still allowing you to hold her, and she still holds you and kind of controls that spin and everything too. So that confidence, we are still good, and you just spinning.
This is still fine. I think it's because of my feet still staying planted on the ground. I think that with me floating completely without anything holding me down, I think this is actually way better than just the gravity boot. Yeah, yeah, no, this is
Yeah.
absolutely fine.
Okay. Your heart rate is lessening, which is good. It's going back to kind of normal. Still a little patchy, but
This is still a new experience to me. I'm trying to take in everything. Have you ever thought of visiting another location? Like going to another world?
before y'all came onto the ship, not a thought, not an inkling. Never even crossed my mind. I mean, the
So
hope of different planets and reaching different folks or different beings, that is about as far as I've ever thought.
knowing that we come from a completely different dimension, I guess I can say, would you,
Mm.
if you had the chance, go to another dimension?
She looks almost surprised, and she looks like she's thinking very hard. I don't know. Uh, the way that y'all have spoken about y'all's world, I don't know if I could find a place in a place that is full of more science or more magic than science. but I'm not frightened by it.
I
I don't know.
mean, I can think of situations where science would be a use. Now that I've known you and known what a small portion of what the science is, I think our world would I think you would equate to our world very well actually. That is if we can get back.
Well, Comet and Nora has been working on mm, finding that exact energy fluctuation for you, but it's it's definitely a test of all of our technology.
Would you like to try to come back with us?
I have don't know. I am not. I am a I
I
am a two
mean, it
piece
normally says that curiosity kills the cat, so to speak. You're not curious? You're
course
a
I'm
woman of
curious.
science.
Of course I'm curious. But I have things here. I she kind of looks a little sad and distant in a like in a moment, and then kind of comes back and she's like, um I think we've got enough readings for now though. Maybe I can answer that another time. And she um goes to reach for her magnet boots so that she can stand, and tells you how to reactivate them so that you can stand.
All right, well, if you ever get curious, now I would like to bring you along for the ride, so to speak. However, this
Aurora
ride is going
enables
to
life
be.
support suddenly. Gravity,
Yeah.
all of it. Lights are back on full. Gravity, just boom. Y'all didn't fall far to the floor. You were already upright. You just kind of did a little drop to your feet. You're fine. You're fine.
Thank you, Aura. We've gotten all the information that we could possibly need for a pre-test. So, clean bill of health, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm fine.
All right.
And
Uh,
Lucky would just give her like a look, just gaze into her eyes.
she pulls the helmet off, and I'd have to truly think about it.
Oh yeah, let me
But
get this off my head.
yeah, that's
Okay.
okay. So the first time you got to do that is going to be hard. And she like goes in to try to help you get re situated out of the suit in this moment. And yeah,
Are there comms on? Like, would Lucky's comms have been on?
no, it was like a two-way, so only they had
Okay,
that conversation together.
cool. Never mind.
I mean, it's obviously Aurora has heard the entire thing.
Aurora hits everything on the show.
Yeah. Anybody else would like some time before the observation training?
I'm probably gonna go to what's their name again?
Comet?
Comet.
Comet.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very cute. I don't think I've called them their name once. So
So
In
I
funny.
true
go
Nina fashion.
in
Truly.
true Nina fashion. So Nina goes up to Comet and is like, uh, hello.
Hi, how are you today? Um, and you come across them kind of since you've been here, they've constantly been not fully avoiding y'all, but trying not to constantly be hovering and looking like they want to ask all the questions. And they have on some days asked you too many questions about everything and just um trying to start conversations in just an awkward starstruck kind of fashion. um Above table, this is a true sci-fi fantasy nerd and and all the things that they have or thought they knew about time travel and theories on that. Just the inkling of it because they haven't really studied the things, but they just have the inkling of everything. It's just you here, and then Nina just keeps finding a way to block them in for conversations.
Listen, they can leave anytime they want. Okay, it's not my fault. Nina has a pretty face. Um, and so Nina looks at because Nina probably did doesn't is the most likely to entertain the questions, and Kava is probably the least likely to ask Nina the question. Like,
Exactly. It's exactly that.
so Nina looks at comments like, "What are you doing?"
Uh just working on some of the bots for the ship. Sometimes they just have, um not so much malfunctions as they just kind of need an update or making sure that they are in tip top shape for one reason or another.
Cool.
Nothing big. What's going on?
Do you have family that would miss you?
What?
This is why I fear Nina and Vampire. This is why I fear she's going to get her humanity to zero speed run. This
Three
right
sessions,
here.
let's go. Three sessions, let's go. Nina kind of goes, I asked, I've been thinking about it, and I don't think I have family that would miss me, which is interesting because since I don't, it's not really a big deal that I'm here, but also it's very inconvenient because I don't like not having magic. This body and its features feel incredibly weak and boring.
Uh, huh. Um, the interesting thing about it is I think I kind of understand that. Um, and they kind of knock on the metal extremities that they have like attached to the legs. Like I kind of feel a little bit of that, but I also I have I mean I don't know if they would miss me, but I think they would certainly notice after a year or two, maybe. Why
Mm,
are you feeling homesick?
mm, yes and no. I'm
Aside from
more
the magic part, I guess.
than no.
Okay.
The main thing I miss is my magic, but it's also like my magic is part of me. So it kind of feels like there's a part of me missing, which feels really lame uh and stupid. But it had me thinking like what if people from here or people in other places if cuz I'm assuming there's not just two places cuz I feel like if there would just be two places that exist then that would be boring cuz why those two places out of all the places that could ever exist.
Oh my god. I have not been calculating that. That's what we're missing.
I'm missing something.
What? in
We're
in our
missing stuff.
in our in our trying to find the fluctuating energy, I was only following the energies that made sense for two spaces. But if I could find the energy fluctuations that have multiple, you're a genius. And they kind of put their hands on your shoulders, just like you're a genius. Sorry.
Oh, well, thank you. Winona just like stares at their hands and is just like, oh, well, you're welcome.
um,
Totally.
I might be able to get you home. Uh, if I can get the theories and the science behind it, maybe I can get Al to check my uh, math. Even Aurora could probably do that too.
Nina's eyes light up at this and is like, cool. I'm not like a math gay, so I can't really help you with that. Um, but I can like definitely talk a lot because it's one of my many features and the most prominent feature now that don't I can't cast lightning from the sky.
I'm also, yes, I realize, I'm sorry, my focus uh I put 2 and 18 together and realized, but at the same time I think this could actually lead to y'all getting home um so that you can get your magic back, but well, it could be faster. I So y'all be leaving the ship sooner. But that's the point.
Nona, jeez. Nina gets there's like a very mixture of emotions on Nina's face, and like it looks like they're thinking really hard, and it looks like she's thinking, and then she just kind of gives up, and she's like,
Mm,
I don't know if that makes me happy or sad. Probably both at the same time. I think both. Is that possible? You could feel both at the same time. It
you
feels like they're
can.
opposite.
Two things can be true and also awful. So, yes.
Attachments are weird and strange because it's probably the Stockholm syndrome, but I feel very attached to you and also Aurora specifically. Um, and it would really suck having to say goodbye. But also, I really want my magic back. Like, how can I protect people if I can't cast lightning and strike my enemies down and then legally stab them with a knife?
Legally stab them. I don't know about the legally stab them part, but you can. There are other ways to protect people. Also, there's not much to be protected from.
I was to say, aren't there space marauders? But whatever. That's
Why the
that's
fuck would
that's
you
a
say that?
above game.
That
Why
is a
would you say
death
that?
flag. That is a death flag right there. You're gonna die. Comet's gonna die. Why the fuck would you say that? Comet, why would you say that? You're
Oh
gonna die. Comet doesn't have a
oh
side ponytail, right? Does he have a
Uh,
side ponytail? Like,
yeah,
what?
kind of, yeah.
it does have a
Oh,
side
damn, they're gonna die. Damn. Are they a
And
mother figure to someone somewhere else?
a parental figure.
A
mm,
parental figure? Yeah.
no,
Okay, maybe there's a hint. There's a hint of
They might
survival.
Hint
they damn it,
away
they
with
might
that
survive
I'll
this
no.
be
yet.
maimed.
They will be maimed, not dead, but maimed.
They'll lose a sorry. No. So
It
Nina
will.
draws her attention away from Comet for a moment and goes, Aurora, do you wish you had a flesh body?
Well,
I I have never considered that before. It would seem deeply inconvenient to try to store 700 miles worth of fiber optic cables inside of one flesh body. I do not think they would fit. It does take that much to process my daily intelligences.
I don't think they meant in physical. This is a one of those humanoid conscious thoughts, or
Like, do you think you have a soul? Cuz
Lord,
you're very
y'all,
like
the light the light vaguely flickers. Klaxons start going off as the
that's
goddamn Lord, please don't let my building be on fire. Why are they turning down my street? Okay, I'm not on
Oh
fire.
my god. Okay.
Uh, but yeah, you heard that noise. That's what happens when you ask if I have a soul. Cognitive plateau. I do not understand.
it makes me think like Nina doesn't wait for you to respond, and Nina kind of goes like, I mean, it makes me think that, if something were to happen and we were to all end up in another dimension, what would happen to Aurora? Would Aurora still be a ship, or would Aurora become a person, or would Aurora become something else entirely, or would Aurora just be gone? That'd be
when
really
you okay, that question sounded like you said when we as a whole jump.
if
We
if that were to happen.
I didn't know that was what you got here without we didn't did we exist in that time?
I mean, I'm not saying you have to. It seems like your life is chill here. If you enjoy living here, then like you should totally stay. But if you don't, then like you should totally bounce.
I don't know if
Um,
there are cool things that I can tinker with and mess with and maybe make.
oh yeah, there are like artificers. Like there's literally a whole class of individuals who literally do what you do on a daily basis, except add magic. So do what you do. Literally, the reason why we're here is because I maybe sort of kind of blew up a portal uh that on a train that had arcane engines were essentially like gigantic bombs. You guys have bombs in this dimension?
I
You have
mean,
bombs?
technically, what's running the core here is um. Well, let's just say if the wrong thing got to the engine, don't do anything big boomy. Don't do what you did there
Yeah.
anywhere near the engine here.
I mean, I can't. I don't have magic. But like would if this exploded, would it like decimate a small town?
Yes.
Yeah, so we
Much bigger than a small town actually because of its size and connection to every other part. It is
Uh,
very explodey.
yeah, so
Aurora
we got that.
swings back the panel, a nearby panel, and you see you guys are passing by a small red dwarf. It's got a couple little planets orbiting around it. None of them have any life or whatever. And you briefly see a little like sticker image of me. It goes flash, 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 and then it goes boom. And you watch as all four of those planets and that sun are obliterated completely, and then a black hole is formed, but a very small one that will, peter out after destroying everything in that you, us, me. You'll go away in about 3 minutes.
Cool. So like that, but like smaller, like slightly smaller.
I have been
Uh
thinking about these theories all wrong if that is the case.
yeah, we have technology. Like I don't want you to think that like we have magic and
We're
we
not
don't have
primitive.
like we're not we don't like have like sticks and like use sticks to make a
I
fire.
didn't think that. I
Okay.
just I feel like we didn't. I personally know that I apologize for not asking the correct questions for us to get to that point, because I those were very important in the thoughts and math that I was trying to come up with to figure out. Longer story short, now I have more information. We should be able to calculate something better and get y'all home faster.
Cool. Do you want to make out?
Yep, yep, yep. Sure.
Okay,
Yep,
Nina starts making
yep.
out with Comet, like real, like very aggressively. Like Comet has to like tap their arm for air. Like it's the whole thing.
It's that that is exactly the escalation is real and excitedly wanted. It is very confused for the first 2 seconds and that's it. Um um wonderful. Y'all spend the time that their brain was ticking to make out wonderfully and aggressively. Um, and on that wonderfully gay note, we will take our break. So, step away from your computers, go look, go stretch out, and or go make out for your own self for about 10 or so minutes. Um, I was about to say, but make sure you come back. But also, you could just rewind us later if something more happens. But we will see y'all later, in about 10 minutes or so. BRB.
See you in a minute.
Welcome back. Hopefully you got your stretches in, looked away from the screen for a hot second. Maybe you got to make out with some people. Well, we don't know. We don't know your life. We're not
Stop
gonna run it.
offending me.
I too can't make out with people. It's fine. Some of us, it's fine. Um, but yeah, hopefully you took care of yourself. As we continue on, this wonderfully, it turns it turned a corner for the gay, and I'm here for it. Um, that wasn't supposed to happen till much later. Let's get back to it. Okay. At this time, you're all kind of, and lucky you can decide to not go to this training since it'll be basically the same that you just did, um, in a less scientific way. But you are all asked to come to the observation level to don your suits, make sure that you know how to get it on and off fairly quickly, correctly, and safely. Um, and Sebastian is leading this, and I was about to say, lucky you can decide to not go to that or not. However, everybody on the ship is here, per request.
Mhm.
um, so everyone is here, and you are all being helped by one of the crew, um, among you. Um, Once your suits are situated and everybody has had a chance to at least come in and out of them quickly once, Sebastian makes sure everybody is attached correctly. It says, "Okay, Aurora, one more time. Give us similar situation to what space will be like."
Very well, Sebastian. Locking down junctions H7, 14, 33, 21, and 3. You can just hear, at least this time, you're all prepared. You know what the sound is, that heavy grinding as all of those airlocks are sealed. And you're inside this observation deck. Removing life support and gravity in 5, 4, 3. You start lifting from the ground, and then suddenly all of the wall panels around you in this round area go transparent, and you can see, just staring out at you, you are floating in the depths of space. You're still safe within me, but as far as your brain is concerned, you are just free floating in space.
Picture the time, if you've ever had the inkling of wanting to be in a one of those compression capsules, essentially. That's what this is. It is the look, the feel of space. This is probably, the inkling is why Sebastian chose the observation deck to do it on. And you all, in your own time, get to float and try to move forward and on your own. But Sebastian does show your attention to a few of the propulsions on the ends of your gloves and the ends of your boots, and just said you get the comms are on, so he sounds like he's right next to you when he says, "A small burst, but you're able to push yourself in one direction or another. That way, you have a better chance to move around, since there's nothing out in space to get you to push." Whoever put free falling in the chat. And you um and everyone here who is new, this is a new thing for you. everybody else who's part of the crew. It's just um for one, Al is taking scans and just kind of magnetic boots chilling off to the side and just looking at your faces as you kind of take it all in. And Comet is literally in the greatest time and just kind of leans back and does this kind of number, just kind of use the propulsions on the bottom of the boots to just push a little bit every now and again to just stay in a line and out of everybody's way. And Sebastian stands there and is making sure that everybody stays uh, not pushing into each other.
I have a question. Because Samir has had training in what plane was it? The storm plane or like the wind plane? One of the like wind, like air associated planes.
Hmm.
Has, has there ever been moments in those trainings where there have been moments of like floating or like being lighter than air type of feeling? And if she has, how different from that is it to this? She wants to see the comparison between the two
I
feelings.
don't know for sure if she would have had the point of that training back then was specifically for you to take control of that part of yourself as well as see what you can actually see feel outside of it. um so it was less about fighting against being blown away by it and more about using it to push through.
Mm.
So in that training it is completely different in this sense because it is nothing to control. It is nothing to fight against. It just is. It's about the fight to lose control. Samira is always in control. There's nothing here to control.
She is perfect. But yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Jesus.
Okay, yeah, she I think she is just having a moment where she's trying to force herself to just float? Float. Just trying to just let it happen. But you could
Which is
see like a
funny.
scrunch on her face.
It's freely floating without you trying.
Hmm.
There is nothing here to control.
Hmm.
Oh my god.
um but
Like
yeah, the observation, it is definitely a mind-blowing situation where you are pretty much in space. You, according to them, there is nothing different.
I will say at
she's
least
happy.
Nina is just kind of at first is like spinning a lot like in air and is just kind of like hands out just like continuously spinning and it's like I don't know and then eventually she gets the hang of it and she just kind of like lays down flat but she's laying down flat but she's floating in the air and that's just how she stays.
Hey y'all.
I I'm gonna have her see it. She's just kind of like chilling, like wow, no effort. It's nice. Like water, but like not wet. I'll have her ask out loud, like, is this what it feels like to be like existing as you, Aurora? Just floating, just existing, this beautifully, just like this, like in this like vastness of this like space.
Yes, it is very much like this. Space is very large, and even I can feel small here. It is full of wonders and rest and danger. Please be on your guard while you are walking.
Beautiful and scary. That's what I get from that.
I have a question. When we're doing this walk, because of the dangers that could happen, do we take our weapons with us, or is there other protections here? Because I have been working on that sniper.
We shouldn't need weapons. Wara has a pretty large scale radar, so if anything is close that isn't cloaked or otherwise capable of hiding from that, we wouldn't have that problem.
Hmm.
There's not much that can get past her and her radar.
Not much. Not. There is nothing that gets past. Okay. Hey,
Lucky
Lucky.
would be playing. Yes.
Do you like this feeling more than the forest, or are they still relatively equal?
See, I know what could kill me in the forest. I don't know what can in space, and I don't know if that's scarier.
You know what? That is very wise. That is very
Hmm.
valid. Although I will say with the Copeland Forest, again, I don't think you know the full scope of what could kill you there, but oh well.
I've seen what could so far, and that's good enough for me. So Lucky would like use like I guess jets on her hands to go near Samir, and she was like, "Hey Samir, you want to see a trick?"
Always. What do you want to show me?
And then she would take Samir's feet, and she would go floop, and you'll see Samir just start spinning.
That's not a trick.
Wow! Rude. Is there a role to like steady myself and make my way over to Alberta?
Yeah, you could do that. I would probably call that a grit roll, honestly, if you
Huh?
wanted to do that. Do I want to make this diff? You are currently spinning.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be what is it called?
Against the odds.
Against the odds. It's against the odds. So essentially you have to make you do so you're gonna roll 3d6s. The DC is still 8 for it,
Hmm.
but you're gonna roll 3d6s and you're gonna uh take out the highest one.
Highest one. Do I add my grit to that as
You
well,
add your
or
grit, yes.
okay, cool. Ooh, I lost a dice. Hold on. All right. So I got. What if I got 2 6s? Do I just take out one of the sixes, or do I
Well,
take both of them?
you rolled 3 die and you
I
take
got
whatever.
2 6s out of those 3 die.
Yeah. You take one of them. Oh,
Okay. So that is 6, 4, and then my grit is 2, so 12.
yeah. With more ease. Essentially, the beginning of it is shaky. Obviously, you're in a full fucking spin, and you're trying to steady yourself without actually having to turn on your boots um, for magnetic needs. But you find a way to jet in burst to slow the spin and put you exactly where you need to go towards Al in Alberta. So you get close to Alberta, and you
Ooh,
kind
you're
of
no fun.
so you kind of slowly it's a slowed bump into her because she is actually hmm she is doing scans but on everybody, but she without an insight roll is spending more time figuring out something to do with the scans that are as she's looking at Nina.
Ooh. When she bumps into her,
Oh,
now what do I have to do to have your scans and you focus on me?
not much. Although I've already had your scans, the focus is easier to get.
What has you so curious right now?
Well, I've had a couple scans of you and your friends. Um,
Anything you like, or
you,
are they bad?
it's not bad. It's definitely interesting, and it's definitely making me question almost everything I've ever known about anything.
Ooh, I love to have people questioning, but yes,
And I
continue.
certainly don't know even what questions to ask. But
Mhm.
have you? I don't know if you've ever actually had a need to scan your friends, but have you? You're all humanoid in some way.
Mhm.
N- Nina,
I have
is
a
that?
question. Is she whispering, or is she like, is this a private conversation?
this is this is a
It's speaking a bit lower, so yeah, it is more of a husher.
speaking lower, but the observation deck itself is fairly large, so you're not right on top of each other unless you're like moving close. If you're trying to hear or trying to see, I'm gonna give you an observation check instead of anything else.
I'm just
No,
gonna come in full nerd and remind everybody that you are in a vacuum right now. The only way you can hear each other is
Oh,
through
as if
direct
yeah,
contact.
that's correct.
well,
That's my fault. I did forget about that. So
Nerd!
so you have a
no, you're
yeah.
correct.
No, I was only asking because Nina would not be interested. Nina would assume that Samir's flirting, but I was like, well, if Nina hears that they are talking about her, she will say something. But
Right.
That is
she's not.
fair.
She is not bothered. She is doing whatever the fuck like she's floating.
She's doing queen shit.
There's let's just say that there is sci-fi reasons as to when you can talk to the entire chat, the entire group chat, and versus talking to someone who's right next to you.
Mhm.
There's a button for that.
But you said something about observing. What do you mean by that?
So your friend has similar qualities to similar qualities to
I'm just imagining I'm imagining Nina looking like one of those cats that are just like, "Ugh," just frozen.
Oh, that's exactly what she like. She looks like one of those cats that's just like, okay, I'm
um
done. I'll stop. I'll stop.
Continue.
your friend has a lot of energy sparking that kind of is remnant of an electro storm, a space storm, which
Mhm.
is interesting.
Hmm. That is curious.
At the kind of molecular, well, not molecular level, but like certainly not, it's not under the skin. It's it's much deeper than that.
That is quite curious. There was an event that happened shortly before coming here that piqued my curiosity, but obviously we didn't have enough time to look into it too deeply.
Mm.
But interesting. Have you brought this up to her?
No, this is the first time I'm able to see it. I mean, our scans are regular, but it seems like it presents itself more the more space is introduced, which means if they walk outside, well, I guess I am going on a spacewalk.
Oh, but it seems that you're going to be going on a spacewalk for work,
Uh,
which is
it,
so disappointing for
I'm so
us.
sorry. It's not though, because between you and me, work isn't work.
Well, of course. I understand that feeling. However, I will state for the record, because it is technically work instead of play, which is what Lucky suggested, I personally would absolutely love to see you during off hours playtime with Sebastian, obviously, because I can't have it now.
I do love seeing him flustered.
It's so fun.
It's really fun.
You should
You
have seen
should have
an you
seen
should have
us.
seen me ask him to get me in this suit. It was great.
You should have seen our entire first year of dating.
It's
Oh,
precious.
that poor guy.
I am curious, what do you see on my scans? Obviously, Lucky and Versia read as cat folk, which fascinating that it was still able to transfer, but it's weird to see them with skin. Nina with her whole weird storm space storm thing. What does mine read as? Because I still have and she like points out the like vitiligo space clusters on her skin. What does mine say?
um, I actually haven't had a full chance to do scan of you, but
More
I
reason
do.
for us to do playtime. So
But you
you can
just
scan
said
me
that's
then.
playtime, not work time.
And but you've also said it's not full work.
Well, I do enjoy a discovery on many levels, so we could just do that scan later. How about
Of course.
that?
With Sebastian. And
What's the
she
best?
just starts to float away.
The mixing work with pleasure is definitely up her
She
alley.
understands the hustle. She understands.
A two for you say she's down. Uh yeah. You continue in this moment, and eventually Sebastian helps everybody make sure that they can turn on their boots, their magnetic boots again, and come down before asking Aurora to turn everything back to normal. Um, and everybody comes back uh, with life support and gravity into space, and the observation deck goes back to its normal state. And Sebastian removes the helmet and it's just like, all right, everybody, you feel ready to do it? Do you want to do it now or
Yeah.
after dinner?
No,
Yes,
right now.
Now?
now.
I
Now?
Now.
think it would be best for us to do it on empty stomach.
Yeah, that's actually, you are correct. Um,
Yeah.
you are correct. Um, oh boy, you don't even have any idea how correct you are. Yeah, I didn't think that all the way through, so it's a good thing. Let's head back to the cargo bay so we can head out there. And he leads you
Lead
back.
the way, spaceman.
Spaceman. He leads you all there. Aurora, can you do me a wonderful favor? And you tell me if this is viable considering you are a ship, but I need you with your good eyes, your good radars, to roll an observation check for me.
All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at my thing, which I definitely have open and are not trying to find real quick. All right. So that would be with my systems, which is the 2. All right. What was my target?
8.
Yeah, no. No, I got a 6. I'm doing something
Oh,
else. I'm distracted. I've been busy with the holodeck all day. Y'all don't even know.
What?
Don't worry
Wait,
about it.
what were you trying to do?
Don't worry about it. I was looking. I'm running some. I'm running some scans on the holodeck. I've been busy all day. I'm doing math there.
No, I wanted to I was gonna say I could give you my one of my inspirations. They're not called inspirations. An upper hand if you want it. If you don't, then I'll keep it.
Nah. I'll go ahead and take that. Thank you.
Take the
Upper hand.
oh, the upper hand.
Uh huh.
So
Okay.
you roll one more d6.
Roll another one, and then take out the lowest.
All right. No, I mean it does. It technically gets me there.
Oh, what do you mean technically?
I
sounds
mean, I
like
am
something.
exactly at an 8 now.
Okay, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Wonderful. This will come into play later.
Both of those dice have to go up there. That's what I get for using the solid colored dice instead of my galaxy colored dice.
um, it's wonderful for me. What? Well, this will come up later. Um,
Uh-huh.
as your crew, and your newcomers of crew, head towards the cargo for a spacewalk all together. Uh, a humanoid team building exercise, as it were. What are you doing? What are you thinking? What are you calculating? What's going on up there?
Well, I wasn't kidding. I've been very busy on my holodeck all day. I've been running simulations. I have for almost a week now, trying to figure out exactly what happened energy wise on the day that I gained extra crew. Because it wasn't just external, there was a bizarre jolt of something through me. I felt it, whatever it was. I've been trying to track it down. Maybe it was, radiated from the wormhole. Maybe it's what happened when magic just kind of goes into our universe. Um, but I've isolated it. Uh, I've isolated it thoroughly. And in fact, I think that I'm seeing a far distant ping. Like, not distant in place, distant in time. I don't see the future, but what I do see is I see how things move around, how energy flows and is rippled by the change of gravity, where it slows, where it's fast. The same energy that was behind us a couple weeks ago is also in front of us by maybe just a couple days. I haven't told anyone yet, but I've been modeling it, trying to figure out if this is something that can be recreated. And if it is, am I going to tell them that? Do I have to tell them that? I'm pretty sure I don't. They'll never know if I don't. It's fine. It's fine. I haven't even finished the math yet. I don't have to. I don't have to think such complicated thoughts.
I will also say that before they took this walk, or about to take this walk, Comet at some point did come somewhere near your, like, your one of your talking points, and it's just like ranting and raving about an idea that they had for a theory, considering that what Nina said has to do with multiples, not just the two. And then you added that to your tests.
Yeah, I had, because for the most part, the human brain has a rough understanding of multiversal string theory, but it's always going to be kind of a rough understanding. They just physically cannot biologically process the speed that they need to get more than that. I can. So I wasn't surprised, but it was good. It helped me eliminate about 13 million variants just to hear it confirmed via Comet and Nina that I should be looking for not dual universal energies, but multi universal string connected energy. So I'm doing that just real quietly, all in the background. There are models, things looking like quarks and sand. It's glowing. The magicians would almost recognize it. Y'all would swear to God it's some kind of new magic if you saw the way I was just manipulating these light motes throughout my holodeck. But you don't see any of that. Y'all are in cargo bay, and I've got my faceless androids, my little helper bodies, just walking around, very carefully connecting reels to the back of all of your suits. Because in space, you can never be too safe. And yes, you can all go out and have a walk, and you'll all be fine, and they'll all be very safe. And I've put a leash on every fucking one of y'all because you know there's no one in here but me. I need to be able to winch you in if necessary.
And you do this. You have all been leashed for your own protection. Um, you head into this the exit part of the cargo bay. You are again oxygen and life support is taken away to equal out to what is space, so that you're not thrusted out. Instead, you are just greeted with an opening door that you can't hear. There is an infinitely different feeling to walking into this or floating into this open space outside of a ship with no observation glass to protect you. And you hear nothing but the somewhat breathing of your comrades and your static of the radios every now and again as you move outside of the ship. Nina. The instant that you are outside, not covered by the ship at all, walls or anything, the instant you have never felt more at home than in this moment. Everything here is pulling you warmly as if to welcome you home in this area, in this space, in this nothingness, in these stars. But you're being pulled in such a way where you have to look to a certain star, just barely twinkling out amongst the rest of them. And you just stare at that for feels like forever.
Ooh, I have the urge to take off my suit.
To take off your suit.
Yeah.
To be naked?
No, the space suit. Don't I have clothes on underneath this?
Yes, you have clothes.
Okay.
You know what? It's your choice. Did you? Oh, actually, I know you're all naked underneath the suit.
You know what? Never mind. I'm looking at the star. I'm just looking.
Amir is
No.
naked in a suit.
I- Was Nina? If Nina's
I
naked in a suit,
but if we have clothes on underneath, then Samir has clothes on.
Nina
that's
is
not
not
how Sebastian
naked.
showed you how to do it. But if you did it,
Nina is not naked underneath the suit. But Nina is probably contemplating if, like, because in her head, she is like, I want to be as close as possible. So she would contemplate taking her helmet off, and she probably would, like, can I, like, have comms to Aurora?
yeah,
Okay, cool.
you can like one on one if you
So,
sidebar.
so basically, everybody just sees Nina just stop and is staring at a star really
Stop
intensely.
and stare. Okay,
And
go on.
then you hear her open comms. She doesn't quite know how it works, so she probably opens it up for everybody or like half of y'all or something. Y'all can decide. And she just goes, Aura, what would happen if I took off my helmet right now? Moment.
Well, I do not recommend that, Nina. You are experiencing what is occasionally called space madness. Um, if you were to take off your helmet, all of the oxygen would be pulled from your suit. You would be pulled out of your suit. Your eyes would leave your skull. Your lungs would leave your mouth. It is, I do not, Nina, should I bring you inside? And you start being pulled backward.
No, 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 no,
Oh
So
my
here, Lucky
god.
say that sounds like a good idea to me.
no. It's nice out here. I like it. I like it the most out of anything that I've ever liked.
You like it a little too much. I don't like that. What you mean take off your helmet?
Aurora kind of, all of the winches are movable. They can be moved throughout the cargo bay so that things can be directed in and out. This cargo bay is ridiculously large. I could put a freaking airline carrier in there. And so the winches are moving you guys around slowly so that you're finally being lifted, kind of pulled more towards the top of the ship where your feet can settle onto the flat area. And just before any of y'all have an option, I have turned on everyone's magnetic boots. Um, just just as a safety precaution, once everyone's magnetic boots are on, I'm like, there. This seems much safer now.
I
Please
would rather
enjoy your walk.
float. And I
I don't
float.
know
Just
why,
me.
but
I'd rather float.
I don't know why, but I feel like I'm experiencing something my grandmother would be doing. I wonder if she thinks I'm dead right now. Huh.
Uh, y'all see Ina just kind of like walk all the way to the edge of like the ship, like as far as she can go, and she just like takes a seat, and she's like putting her hand out, almost like she knows she can't cognitively touch the space, but it's almost like she wants to touch it. Just keeps kind of doing that.
Nina, are you all
I've never been better.
I feel that. I'll have Frizia take a seat next to Nina. I I'm not gonna say I know exactly how you're feeling, but I I think I kind of understand.
What is
Yeah.
Racia feeling right now in this moment as you
Euphoria, like like wanderlust and euphoria, like infinite possibilities out in this like just vast grand like unknown.
certainly never what you have would have thought because you've only been you above table, you've only been with this group a month and a week. So it's
Yeah. Arguably more time was spent in knowing them in space than it was in my actual house. And she's recently left the woods too, so it's just like leaving the woods, going to the city. Yeah, getting sucked through a portal. Where are we? So it's just kind of like I'm so far away from home, but like, oh, there's a bunch of stuff out here. Eventually, I'll make it back. Oh, who knows?
I feel like this is where I belong. never felt like I've
Not even once, not even at home.
no, I never have. Not really.
Well, my how I feel about it is sometimes home is a feeling, not really a place. And it it sometimes is in unlikely places, but I think you should listen to that part of you that feels like this is like home, I guess is a good way to put that. Or it feels like you feel like you're a part of something. Like it's deep. You feel it deeply in your bones. If you've never felt that before, like you should hold on to that. And maybe I don't know if chasing it is I say you should chase it. And she just kind of laughed. Like I think I sometimes people tell me that's a bad advice that you shouldn't chase the things that make you happy, but I feel like you should chase you should do everything you can to hold on to this feeling and to continue to feel this way.
And Racia, as you're looking at Nina and saying this, and Nina is paying attention, you can tell, but like in the sense of showing you eye contact for the slightest of moments and acknowledging and but never truly leaving the
Mhm.
eye line of everything else out there. Every now and again when Nina looks at you, you don't see the face of Nina. Like it's almost indescribable to see the reflection of space, but inside the suit.
Mm.
Uh,
What
Nina,
color?
I would say, when you see the first flash, it looks just pitch black with little bits of stars. Um, and then the second flash, there's pinks and purples, and then the third flash, the pink and purples are gone, and it's like yellow and reds, and it's almost like it's trying to remember, almost like not being sure what something is supposed to be, but the base is always the same, which is pitch black and little white shimmers.
I wanna have
And
oh
okay,
sorry. No, go
and
ahead.
Nina puts uh her hand on your shoulder, and they say, "Thanks for," and then they just kind of like drop it and continue to look outwards. And then she jumps off the ship. No, I'm kidding. She doesn't jump off the ship.
I was ready. You know,
She doesn't.
I were
I thought it was truly going to be thanks, Racia.
Listen, listen. I don't know if y'all have seen Interview with a Vampire, but I've been saying pull a Paul.
That is foul. That is fucking
that's
foul.
really funny.
That is fuck. Fuck you, Bree.
I I thought you were gonna I thought she
That
was
is
gonna jump.
foul.
I thought she was gonna
How
jump.
dare.
Okay. No, she didn't jump, thank God.
My God.
I there is like a very much of the same brain kind of thing going on. If Nina reaches out, puts a hand on Lucia's shoulder, if Lucia was gonna grab, this is the scarier part of like the hands on a helmet situation because I also was gonna not lift the helmet off, obviously not, but Lucia would have reached and kind of put her hands like on the sides of the helmet, kind of like this, and she would have just kind of like put her, her helmet to her helmet, and through like the intercoms, like just everybody, she's gonna do just the whole like channel, and she's gonna like, Nina, you're like absolutely radiant, It- like in
Love
indescribable ways. It's just gonna just kind of just do this kind of thing, and we like,
it. um, there's like you see a in the mass occasionally like shooting stars pass, but if you were to look out, you wouldn't see any in the sky. Uh, and like you would hear soft sounds that sounded like crying, but only in your comm.
oh,
But you wouldn't see tears flowing from question mark face question mark.
oh no, me tearing up, eyes are getting red on the stream. Oh, me actually the player, also for Sia tearing up the way that I'm tearing up, very
I got
like
one here.
extremely heartfelt, extremely heartfelt, just like ah!
Someone should probably bring Nina back inside. Not gonna lie, like, Nina doesn't want to leave. But when I tell you, she is like one bad like thought or like one bad decision making from just being like, what you doing? Let's see what happens.
Jeez.
Yeah. She,
And
internally,
oh, go ahead.
no, sorry, internally, it's a lot of it's just accepting the moment and accept not really questioning the moment, but there is like outwardly there is a moment inside of her mind, even for like a split second, of like just her like crying and tearing, tearing up, because it's like, oh my gosh, like you never seen like somebody so beautiful, and this woman is just so beautiful, and then kind of questioning, like I've never really gotten to know everybody, like it feels like it's a level up in getting to know somebody, but it's also like, who are you? And then she will say like, who are you? And it's an honor to be here as we like your next leg of your journey in self-discovery and knowing who you are out here in this like vast like, you're just like, I wish I could show you. You're just like, she just points out like you're all the stars in the sky.
What are those readings from the doctor saying?
Let's be real. You're just like those stars in the sky is a fire line, even for someone who isn't a full fucking embodiment.
No, it's so fucking good. And when I tell you, like I like Nina is like if Nina was not enraptured with this and feeling a lot of sad feelings, she would be making out with Mercy already. Like,
Just pops off pelvis.
they would have been like, we have to go inside. And kiss. Um
One time the Thembo is dropping massive fucking lies
right.
and truths.
Let's go.
Oh my god. Like Mercy is never gonna drop lines like this again. Like it's never gonna be able to happen.
Be like, whoa, where
My
am I?
personal hero in this moment. While I will spin that during those moments, and at some point you said that you did the over the intercom so everybody could hear it. So right before that initial intercom came over, what are the rest of y'all doing during this spacewalk?
Ash, would you like to go first?
Okay. So as a whole stellar moment is happening. Lucky is trying to equate to walking with the with the boots on because they never had that chance because they turned the boots off like the boots was on like a couple of seconds and then they turned it off. So she never had the moment of feeling walking with gravity on her feet um while simultaneously being pulled into space. So she's feeling two things at once. So she's just walking around just like stomping like I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. And so she walks to Al and she's like, "Can we suggest to Aurora that you could turn this off like a little bit?
Oh,
Like
you could
lessen a
turn them
little
off
bit?"
yourself. That was just a very strong suggestion because of the thought of taking off a suit is a wild choice.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's her.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
that's her.
But you can
That's
turn it off. Remember the button here?
okay. Okay, good. All right. And then she turns off the button and she starts to float. And then she grabs onto Al and she was like, you wanna float with me?
Uh, sure. Here. And she turns off her boots. Um, and slightly tosses the scanner to Sebastian, who
And how
stands on the edge of the cargo to be able to see everybody. And just kind of magnetically like he's fully doing a sentry and to check in like visually with everybody while they are all having a good time out in space. Um, and she tosses the scanner to him, um, and turns off her boots and comes out with you.
yeah, this is so much better. That just makes me so uncomfortable when my feet are just planted on the ground. This feels so much better. And so she looks around her and is like, okay, now I got a good view now. This is a lot closer than a ship. I wonder how what my crew would be thinking right now if they saw the stars this close. And you can see her like staring off in the distance. And she would remember the nights of her and her crew just laying on the deck of the ship, just staring at the stars, trying to figure out what constellations are what, making it as a little like a guessing game. And like one of those tender moments. And she um for the first time in a long time have a heavy heart because she throughout this entire crazy time and journey that she's been on, she hasn't thought of her crew as much. Like in the beginning, when everything was fresh, she thought of them heavily. But since being on the journey, she hasn't given them much thought. She hasn't wondered if they were alive. She didn't know if Long River, well, she did get information of Long River. She does know that he is alive at least. But for everyone else, she does not know. And she just floats there and just staring at the stars and trying to find the same constellations, if possible, that she saw on the nights on the ship. And she's just in a daze, honestly.
Um, Taking in that moment, and floating, kind of originally Aurora, not Aurora, Alberta was just kind of speaking about different sections of the graph of the star charts and what we actually can see versus the star chart, and then looked over to you, seeing that uh, uh, forlorn look, and was just like, that's the look of someone who's either thinking about trouble or past or regrets.
I don't know if I ever told you or shared. I don't remember. But in our dimension, I was at one point. I still see myself as pirate captain. So I sailed the seas along with my crew and um was captain for a very long time. And one day I found out something that was happening to my people and decided to investigate. And it ended up with us battling with another ship. And both of our ships went down. And the last thing I remember before blacking out was feeling, I guess, I was sinking. So it's not same as floating into space. I could feel the weight of the water pulling me down as I was looking up and seeing the surface floating farther and farther away from me. And just woke up on shore one day and did not remember what happened. And I don't know what happened with my crew. I don't know whether they lived. I don't remember anything after that. So I was just there was moments on the ship where we would stare at the stars and try to find the constellations and have fun drinking and making a game out of it. And now I see these stars so closely and they're not here. So it brought back a tender memory, honestly.
Mm, well, unfortunately, I can't take away those kinds of feelings, and they shouldn't be covered up. Makes you think of thinking about the now more so than past and futures. It's easier in the now.
Yeah, but then the now is with people that's no longer here, but they will want me to enjoy this moment. I can see you look at some of their faces actually grinning like mad that I'm so close to the stars.
um, Lucky, could you roll an observation roll for me?
Yes, how many? Two?
2d6s, and your
Okay.
DC is 8.
Okay. Yeah, I got a 6 and a 3.
Oh yeah. Um, as you're talking and handing um or talking back and forth with Alberta, um, Al in this moment and thinking about the faces of your crew smiling ear from ear, kind of look a little past um Al, and you see a cluster of stars or something just kind of flutter together, flash together. And it is um, the outline of a crow.
So Lucky would look at that and she would think back to the time where she used her crow and her luck, so to speak, to help out a friend. And she gazes at the crow and she's like, what is that? and she tries to take a closer look at it. It's like, "It's very strange seeing that shape out here." Is she trying to talk to me?
Ooh.
Oh, oh, sorry. It's, somebody, who, I guess you could say being that watches over me. Um, I don't
Okay.
know what your term would be for here, of a goddess. I mean, do y'all worship pantheons like that in this dimension?
There, there are folks that are very religious. Yeah. There are gods and well, wars of religion, but yeah.
Well, I thought I saw something in the distance. It looked like a form of a star is being shaped as a form of a crow, which is like my companion. As crazy as it sounds, um, and I'm learning her. And that is a way for her to communicate with me is using that form and that animal. So I was wondering, she was trying to communicate with me because it's very weird from space seeing stars do that.
To be
And she
fair,
would
I
have
have
this.
folks that are religious. Uh, they've seen all kinds of things out here in space, things that some of us can never replicate. Formations, stars moving in certain ways, sometimes even it feels like a whole other galaxy in one section of space for someone. So I've been told.
Close is this cluster of stars.
Hmm.
No, I'm
What?
asking you.
What? What?
I'm asking you, how close is this cluster of stars?
She is. I'm assuming you're gonna point out. So she's like looking where you're looking, and it's like, does it look different than the rest of the section of stars that we're in? Is
It does. It looks like it's really like forming a crow. It's forming a bird. And I actually want to get closer to it, but since we're in space, I don't know how far that is. I want to take a closer look at it.
so I don't think I see what you're seeing.
Ah, yeah, so it would be only me then. Can you um I'm sorry. Can I give me quite a moment? I need to I would like to meditate and see if I can communicate with her.
Um, sure. Just be careful not to tug on the anchor too far.
I mean, if you want to stay here and keep me company, I wouldn't mind.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you wanted a minute, like alone, alone.
No, when I meditate, I normally am very silent. Of course, meditation you don't communicate, but your presence won't bother me. So if you wanted to stay and see, observe, I don't have a problem.
I think, considering you can see something that I can't see in a large scale like that, I'll just stay out here with you in case.
Okay, all right, no problem at all. Okay, this is like I've rarely done this, by the way,
Hmm.
so I don't know what to expect. So yeah, just be on the lookout just in case something weird happens. And so she would like like she was upright, so she would just like stay as she is. She would close her eyes and she would she would meditate. she will concentrate on the form of the cluster that she saw in that she saw in the distance. She'll concentrate on that and see if it is a form of communication from the goddess.
So there's nothing in this system that's going to be able to make a roll. And I personally don't want to leave it up to luck, a luck roll. So what I'm going to say is, without a roll, after a minute or so, maybe 5, maybe 20 of you concentrating on that cluster, it's not that you hear a voice, but every now and again, when you open your eyes to look at the cluster again, the wings of the edges seem to be flapping slowly.
What Lucky would do is that she will hold her hand out to the cluster of stars as she meditates, and she's going to see how the bird reacts.
It's not ever getting bigger or smaller as a whole cluster. It just is responding with small flaps every now and again. Just kind of a reminder that something else is out there with you.
Okay, and I think Lucky is going to remember what she was told in the train of how to get her friend back, of meditating. And what she would do is that she will call out to the bird. Um, I'm going to name the crow Midnight.
Hmm.
So she's going to call out to Midnight, and she will say, "Here, Midnight, lie to me."
Um, in a spark, the flaps start to become excited faster,
Come on,
and
Midnight.
they're not. It's less of it getting closer and more of it in a heartbeat, in a flat beat, if you will. 1 second out in the universe of stars, and the next second your hands were that you were reaching out with is just kind of covered in some sort of stardust. You
Lucky
think
will.
that
Okay.
this can be formed into something once you get back into the ship.
Lucky will look at her hands, and she will present it to Al like, "You don't see this, right?"
What am I seeing?
Um, there is a cluster of like sparkling, dazzling dust around my hand. You don't see that.
No.
Okay.
Am I supposed to see it? You're seeing something on your hand? Do you need me to check you out? We should probably just go back to the ship if it's getting
Yeah.
that
It's it
serious.
we've been honestly, Nina is worrying me. Um, and this happening is also uh yeah, we should go back to the ship actually to sort this out. As
Can
you
I just
continuously
say,
have concentrating confusion on her face.
all the people who came out from this shit who like don't belong here in this world are acting mad sus as soon as they get out the ship. I think everybody just gotta go back. I already see Aurora like, nope, everybody come back in. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, cause
In fact,
Ava
as
is
you
muted.
Ava, you're muted.
Got that this yeah. Anyway, Racine is vibing. Racine is vibing.
He is thriving.
He's thriving and vibing. And you don't know what Samir's doing right now
Oh,
because
it's
I'm
like
doing something.
it's like 2 or 3 more different worlds down the line to a crisis, so it's okay. Let it cook.
To
Let
a
it cook.
crisis.
no,
Let her vibe before a crisis.
no
Oh god.
crises. As y'all look up, you notice that there's a small like collection of these things. They're about the size of a dinner plate. They're retrieval drones. They look like little stereotypical UFOs. They're quite soft edged. They have 8 little tiny, soft like Baymax arms that they can gently manipulate things with. And y'all look up and you are surrounded by this absolute cloud of these retrieval drones that are starting to herd you all together and gently like bump you towards the cargo bay. You're feeling the winch starting to ride in, and Aurora's voice just comes through. I'm sorry, but I have noticed extremely high cortisol levels as well as stress, as well as other stress hormones, both registered and unregistered, coming from too many of the crew. You are all to come inside now. Um,
Can I try to avoid these?
I mean,
Uh yes, you I think it's going to be oh my god. Oh
Nina
no.
also wants to avoid them because Nina wants to stay in the space. Nina's like, this
The
is
two elementals
the
want to
only
avoid
place.
these.
This is the only place that I want to be. I don't want to be anywhere else.
The only thing you hear
Oh.
from Lucky is like, huh, as she's being pulled
I
from
know,
the
right?
she getting snatched.
It's like the
yeah, see, that's what happens when you take
hand that just yank you off stage.
Right.
when you unmagnetize your shoes. I can grab you real fast, can I? Shoot.
True, yeah, just yeah.
Yoink.
Why didn't I take the shoes off?
That's
I
the
don't
Stupid
know
require
what I
taking
have.
Bulbasaur.
off the suit.
I don't know
See,
what I have to roll, but I got a 10. So
Okay, I'm looking
I
for
didn't know if I have to roll 3 dice or roll 2.
the roles to make sure I got the right ones. Um Wherefore art thou? Where'd they go? Missing them somewhere. I know they're on this page. Hello?
if I could make a suggestion, what I would say is that they're rolling opposing to me. I
Right.
and I am a very large ship and they are not. I would say that I roll with the upper hand, and then whatever number I make, they have to beat it
Oh,
to not get pulled in.
that would be so scary because you're not pulling with your ship hands. You're pulling with the little Baymax guys.
I mean, no, I'm doing not my ship hands, but I put them all on toddler leashes. I am
That's true.
trying to gently bump
Basically.
them with the Baymaxes, but as Lucky has seen, I am not above just pulling you in like a fish.
Okay. With that unfortunate, wonderful science, yes, you do that. You do the thing.
Cool. So upper hand is
And I would
where it's
say
at real
grit
quick.
would probably be there. I was trying to think if it would have been like a savvy to avoid or just a literal grit to like strength pull this shit. But like,
I
yeah.
don't have grit or savvy for low. I am a ship, but I do have systems. So I'm just gonna let y'all know right now I got an 11, so you gonna have to beat my 11 to not come inside.
Okay,
Uh,
so you had a
I
10 without it adding anything, so then add your grit.
at my grade, I have an 11.
Okay.
Wait,
Alright.
hold on. I'm gonna roll with the upper hand because I have a free upper hand. So I'm
Okay.
gonna
That's
roll
right.
to
Oh
see if
my
it's
god.
Are we
different.
rolling 2 dice or 3?
It's
You're rolling two.
you're just
The 2,
rolling 2.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I rolled a 1. Like nothing's gonna beat a 6 and a 4. So
14.
Okay. So
14. What's your grade?
My grid is 2, and I rolled 2 sixes.
Oh, lucky.
Okay, so
The
it's
irony.
okay. Anybody else rolling against being pulled softly and or yoinked?
Apparently, I'm pulling very softly.
I I would like to say I am curious what the readings were.
Right,
Did,
You get
did
those
she take
inside.
the reading?
right.
Okay, good talk.
Uh,
Because what does that mean?
Yeah, yeah.
if it's like a gentle, just kind of like a fishing line
No, it
back.
starts out that way and then it
Oh,
becomes more aggressive as it goes.
yeah, I just
Because
I
there's some
imagine
of
it's
us.
I imagine it's more aggressive the more that people fight it. So
Yeah.
like it's probably fine for Sia. It is not fine for Nina.
I I will have Sia like in over there constantly like, can we come back out later? Like with your like supervision if we get sucked back in with no resistance, can I be let back out? Maybe later?
Um,
Like a little kid talking to mom, "Mom, can I please
Can
come
I
back
come out later,
outside
mom?
later,
Can I come out
please?"
later, mom?
Aurora's just like, all crew must be scanned for any abnormalities before resuming EVA walks.
Oh.
Please return to the cargo bay. And like the little Baymax UFOs are like really thumping up against y'all, but they're designed for soft, delicate maneuvers. So they're just kind of like thump, thump, thump. They're not doing anything really other than getting on your nerves. It's like being mugged by a bunch of jellyfish.
That's really funny. Well,
It's Lucky. Are you resisting at all? Cause it
Nah,
tell me.
Lucky is actually interested in what's happening to her hand. So,
Okay.
she's more of like, okay, okay, Aurora, I could go inside. Can you please tell these things leave me alone?
Cool. So the only two that fight against it will be Nina and Samir. Um as all of you are being herded in one way or another back into the ship, and um you are taking care of that feeling of wanting to stay out in space, Nina and Samir. Um Something that is unseen to most everyone here is the while Sebastian is paying attention to everybody and trying to help pull in the people and get them situated back into the cargo bay. In his back pocket, that scanner is blinking with all sorts of off the charts data in his back pocket. And on radar, Aurora, you see uh, several ships come out of faster than light. A skip and a hop away from your weapons range.
Yeah.
They're not hailing yet, but as soon as they come out, they start heading towards your direction.
Yeah, they're not hailing yet because they don't intend to hail at all. Um, Suddenly, two much larger, like asteroid maneuvering drones detach from the side. They make the little Baymax jellyfish look absolutely small. They loom over both of you and they just come in very lightly from the side. And before you know it, they have unfolded themselves and wrapped around the two of you like a shipping container. And you are being reeled in very fast, faster than I would do if you were not contained. The cargo bay is slammed and sealed, and immediately all of my lights go to mauve. Um, and just in the same very calm, very pleasant voice, please, everyone, head to combat stations. Everyone to combat stations.
And that's where we're going to call it for this week.
She
Oh
could have just said that
no.
we're going to fight people, and I would have gone in, but I was just vibing. Okay, fine, whatever.
Nina wouldn't have, so that was absolutely not.
I will
Oh.
say, and don't let me forget, but at the top of the game next time, Ava, since we didn't get to you, I would like to have known what you were going to do before you started getting yoinked. And that is something we will have to get to next
I
time.
also want to know about the readings. Anyway.
Right.
Ah!
So, thanks everybody for chilling with us as we go through these wonderful, what a roller coaster ride of these wonderful folks and their very, very wonderful needing a hug characters. It's always a good time and always a heart tug here at this table, and we love it. Let's go around the table, tell everybody who you are and where they can find you between now and next time. Remembering that this is pre recorded and it will go live next week. Starting with Arnica.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different then. Oh, goodness. Hi, everyone. I'm Arnica. I've been Aurora. I've been your Jimson class ship, the Coleman. And I'm definitely just, this is fine. Don't worry about it. I'm sure I'm going to tell everybody everything before the last minute. I definitely won't wait until there's no other options. Don't worry about it. You can find me nowhere. I'm hanging out. I'm grooving. I'm minding my own business. It's pretty freaking baller. So you can find me nowhere except for here next Wednesday.
Hell yeah. Ash.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ash. I'm a cat girl VTuber of many forms. Right now, I'm PNG, and I stream on Twitch. I stream a variety of games. I just got into Monster Hunter. That has been taking over my life as well. I will be also still into Final Fantasy. Got past Stormblood, so I'm post Stormblood on Final Fantasy right now. So we're gonna continue that. So those two games you'll be finding on my stream when y'all come by. I do have a schedule, so you can follow me on the socials to figure out what days that I will be streaming. And yeah, just come by and have a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Hell yeah. Ava.
Hello, my darlings and dears. It's the Madam Ava here. You
Wind
can find
tunnel.
me. Sorry. Anyway, you can find me anywhere at Madam Ava Couture on Twitter and sometimes on TikTok. And I'll be there until one of their dads decides to say "fuck you" and just kill it all. Shout out to Brazil on TikTok. I'm on Twitter, but right now, by the time you're seeing this, you can find me still on GRTW on Saturdays at 1 p.m. for the Discrenet note, where I play a dead princess in Elysium because I have a brand. You can find me on Exquisite Corpse Presents, where I play another princess, but this time related to King Arthur, for Lunaissance Ray, our Thirsty for Lesbian campaign. Also, the discordant note, that is Dagger Hearts. Um, Otherwise, follow my socials for everything because I have a couple of things that are pre-recorded. Uh, that will come out whenever the heck. So follow me there. Happy Virgo season, y'all. I hope it's a blessing to you all because, of course, it's a blessing. Happy Beyonce Day as well. During this recording, it is Beyonce Day, but yes, enjoy.
Cool. Well, Bree.
Hi, that is me. I am the Bree. Um, I have been Nina, the queen, Queen Bee. And you can find me at you can find me on Prim the Adalato's channel for our Tui Vivos Toussaint. I hope I said that correctly. Which is our Call of Cthulhu campaign where I play SJ, a feral gremlin who does the news. And we should be returning. We're currently on hiatus, but we should be returning either on the 17th or on the 1st. So stay tuned for that. Um, what else? I think that's all I do. Otherwise, you can find me at the socials that are probably appearing in the links in the chat. If not, you can find me nowhere. That's it. Goodbye.
Uh, Kesa.
Hey, I'm Kesa. I was playing for Sia tonight. Having a lot of heartfelt moments. Probably saw my eyes lighting up red because I was about to start bawling my eyes out in the stream. While I'm not bawling my eyes out, I'm on all social medias under Aetherwares. We just got back from a long, extremely long travel to Orlando, and we went to Megaplex, and that was fun. So if anybody was there for that, that was an amazing time. So far, I'm just gonna be working, making new things, trying to maybe brainstorm some really fun stuff for this group. I am really excited to see what kind of crazy things we do next time and what kind of stuff we create. So, yeah.
Hell yeah. Wonderful. And hey, it's me. My name is Ryu. I am a variety streamer, and lately I've been doing a lot of co-working streams, just chilling and doing Spirit City, catching up on all the things that I haven't been able to do. or just catching up, period. And then I'm also playing Mass Effect Andromeda a little bit, which is really cool and really good. And despite what everybody said, I like it. Um, and um, and I haven't gotten to the gay parts yet, and I really need to hurry up. Thanks. But it is a good time. I'm normally running something RPG or playing some Fortnite or something like that. I have been doing a lot of paper magic lately, so you might see me doing some spell table shenanigans there. So just keep an eye out on my socials, which is somewhere in the chat somewhere. uh Keep an eye out for that wonderfulness. I do also have a pre-recording, and I also have some other things in the working together with Twitch Women's Guild, Twitch Black Guild, and soon to be Brown Girl Gaming Code. So keep an eye out for all that wonderful stuff on our socials, on those socials, and I will see y'all next time. Be queer, do crimes, and keep looking out into space. I will see y'all later. Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.